all done.
I'm gonna be very happy if that's not just training. But we'll see what happens, I guess. 2 potions!
Leaving already, are ya?
It's you I'll miss the most, Lady Karen. It always is.
Don't stop you going, does it?
This should be fun.
Right.
Wait, I still gotta buy that sword. Wait, I still gotta buy that sword. Oh. Oh, good. Use one map to instantly travel to previously unlocked locations. New locations are unlocked by progressing to the main story or discovering waymarks. Okay, we can revisit things. That's good.
And what do you want?
Ha! Her store is called The Toll. That's funny. Just got some better bracers too. Oh, you have a limited amount of items you can hold. That makes sense given how easy they are to use. I like that a lot. I wonder if you can increase that number at any point or if it's just at the whole game.
It'd better all be here.
I'm gonna pass on the bracer.
Is that all?
Well, save my money. Look at my new sword. It looks just like the last sword. Does it? Not exactly, but pretty close. I mostly just see the difference in the hilt. I like how the jukebox actually just plays the music, like, the entire time we're here, no matter what we're doing. Instead of just being around the jukebox or something. Pretty neat. Alright, let me run to the bathroom since now we're going into the world. Be back in just a second. I gotta be honest. I'm still a little sad about my deluxe edition. Like, I just feel like deluxe editions are getting so bad. Like, the collector's edition was pretty ridiculous, but you do get the statue, which, like, if that's worth that amount of money for you, then that's cool. But and I'm usually a big proponent of, like, if something is worth the money to you, then it's worth the money, you know? Like, some people think people are crazy for spending a bunch of money on, like, Pokemon cards or collectibles, but, like, if they mean that much to you, then it's okay to spend that much money, right? But I don't think anyone is looking at this digital edition and thinking, or this deluxe edition and being like, yeah, this was worth it. You know, $30 extra for a cloth and a metal case, which the metal case, I think, well, the Square Enix version had a different metal case, and I think you could get it with the standard edition, maybe. I'm not sure, but regardless, metal cases are not anything to write home about. Some games have them standard at this point. But, yeah, a metal case and a cloth, because the weapon in the Kate Sith charm, which, let's be real, is literally just taking gameplay away from you. That's all these are. Increasing gil earned by 25%, all that's doing is lowering the amount of time you can play the game. So, like, it's a complete waste. If you're somebody that wants to rush through the game, maybe it's nice, but in general, it's just taking gameplay away from you. And this sword is just making the beginning of the game boring. So, really, no benefit. But that's not... I didn't get that for the deluxe edition, I don't believe. I got that for the pre-order. So those aren't even included. For the deluxe edition, all I got was cloth and a hard case. For $30.
There's a good girl. Hungry, are you?
That's kind of wild. I mean, I'm thinking about some of the other deluxe editions I've gotten that are like, that were way better. Even lately. I just feel like they're getting worse and worse. They're having a hard time figuring out what people actually want in deluxe editions, you know? Yo, Avenger, thank you for the 38-month primer cursed Sonic GIF. Thank you. Did they try asking us?
No.
No. Where's my waifu figurine? I mean, at this point, at this point, I think I'd actually like a pop figure, and that's sad. That's sad saying that I'd want a pop figure, but if the deluxe edition came with like a little pop figure of the dog or something, or even of Clive, I would be much happier with that than, you know, nothing. So deep and vast is the Great Wood. It serves as a defensive barrier between the... Why does my cursor move when I move the camera? That's weird. Between the Crystal Belt and the Holy Empire, while its denizens deter full-heartedly travelers from exploring the forest's everlasting night. Truly dark times. I just think companies are really struggling with that right now, and we know they're struggling hardcore with pre-orders right now. Square Enix complained about the pre-orders for 16, which they complain about everything, but
blood flies everywhere.
I told you we should have taken the Crystal Road.
And I told you that we're outlaws.
this is truly the
Every
forest
barge onto the
experience.
Storm harrying us from here to the Holy Capital. Besides, what's wrong with a shortcut through nature's splendor? You know,
The Deadlands claim more of the realm each day. That a place like this still exists is a miracle in itself. Bloodflies and all.
we'll be back in Imperial land soon. You all right?
Never better.
Sounds like it. That there is a fine hound. Soon took to hunting. Fearless as you like.
It's good to have you back, Torgal.
Now, we don't want to be caught in the forest after nightfall.
I suppose not.
Truly a realistic game. Freaking bugs. Torgal has joined the party and will fight alongside Clive. Give me IGN. I need to have a word with the reviewers. 10 out of 10. Toggle between item shortcuts and pet commands. Sick heal. He can heal me? The accessory known as the Ring of Timely Assistance removes the need for giving Torgal commands. When this item is equipped, Torgal will attack and heal automatically based on the current battle situation.
Did I mention?
See, man, I really... I really hate these rings, because I don't know, like... Is it another one of the baby items? Or is it not? Like, it's not obvious. I feel like all the... I hope that all the items that are Ring of Blank are like the Or I guess maybe timely. Yeah. The timely items are the baby items. Alright. So we just won't equip anything with timely in the name. What a disaster. What a disaster that
Be
is.
deadly beasts. They'll be deadly beasts. Nothing a trained assassin can't handle, though.
How reassuring.
I mean, I don't know, man.
You're welcome for that and the shortcut.
Yeah, it's just a shame. Like, it just totally... And listen, guys, I know I'm, like, harping on this a lot. And I just want you to know, like, I appreciate accessibility items more than any person. Like, trust me. You know, I have two boys who are both special needs. I have a wife who literally works in the field as a special education teacher. I understand the need for accessibility options, and I respect accessibility options a lot. But there's a right and a wrong way to do it. And this is the wrong way to do it. This is only going to make people complain. And like I said last week, I guarantee people are complaining. I saw a lot of the complaint over the weekend. I didn't read a lot of it because I was worried about like spoiling myself, but I saw some complaints. And yeah, I don't blame people, you know? Like I said, you got to have some kind of, put these somewhere else. Put these in an item, put these in the menu. Put it in, just give us some kind of barrier here. You know, disable trophies when you equip them or something. Just anything. What a disaster. That's such a shame. In a game that they're really trying to like push the game as this mature adult game too. It's like,
Tell me you're afraid of heights.
why is he waving at me?
Maybe they're friendly like
Oh.
Togo. Or maybe they're not.
Wow, he attacks like right away. Oh, that backflip. So do they? He doesn't even have like a. He doesn't even have like a cooldown.
Give them all you've got, boy.
He just goes for it.
Finished.
It's crazy.
You know what to do, boy. Don't let them get away. That's enough.
We still have a way to go.
Well, of course it is. It literally dodges every attack. Is what it says it does. It's just a shame. They have difficulty options. That's what's so weird. Why are those rings not in the easy difficulty section? And that's it. It's not even about like the platinum being easy. Like, yeah, that's a problem. The fact that trophies are this trophies are this thing that spreads across all games. So when you put in this easy mode that also allows you to get trophies, it devalues the trophies. But I'm not worried about trophies. I'm worried about the issue of people playing the game with those accessories and then going online and saying, wow, the game's so easy. What a bad game because it's too easy. And game reviewers not knowing what they're talking about and people complaining, you know, me maybe getting the platinum in this game and then doing some kind of challenge run and people just responding with, well, the game's so easy anyways. What's the point? Because they use those items. Like, it completely devalues the whole experience when you have it locked behind an easy mode, or you make it more obvious that these are the accessibility options, then, you know, it gets rid of all that. But when you just have it in the inventory, not to mention it's annoying because they block up your inventory. But, you know, most other games I play, if there's an accessibility option, and I'm talking accessibility option in terms of like difficulty, not accessibility option in terms of like color blindness or hearing problem. Like that stuff was in the menu. That all that stuff was great. But I'm talking about like the difficulty accessibility options. Almost always turns off trophies or put some kind of mark on your save file or something like that, just to kind of denote it as like, this is not the true experience, or this is not the difficult experience. Would have been so easy just to put it all in the story mode and then just denote the save file as a story mode file. Like that would have solved the whole problem. But Square is so, they want like, I don't know, man. They're just afraid of people playing the game and being like, it's too hard, and then putting it down. And they've always had this problem. Back when the Final Fantasies came out here and they made stuff easier because they were afraid that us Americans would think it was too hard and just put it down. And like all of that, any company that was doing that stopped doing that when the whole Souls ordeal happened. When the Souls games got super popular and people are like, oh, people like difficult experiences. And I thought at that point we'd be done with this nonsense and all the companies would realize like you have an easy option if you want the game to be more accessible to everyone, but you know, you have that true experience for everyone else. But Square just doesn't seem to get it. They just think that people will play the first boss. And it's probably the frickin' game reviewers that they're afraid of. They're afraid of these IGN reviewers playing the first level and being like, too hard, 0 out of 10. And then no one buys their game. Well, newsflash, Square Enix, if you're watching my video, no one cares about IGN reviews. No one cares about reviews anymore. They watch streamers, and streamers are good at video games. So make the game its normal difficulty. You don't need to bend over backwards for the reviewers because no one cares anymore. Like, it's such a waste to do that. And then you have, ooh, is that looks like a bearded dragon. I think it's cool.
What in good Grieger's name is he doing this far south?
Looking for food. No more wolves where he's from. The north was one of the first parts of Storm to fall to the Blight.
Poor sod. I'd invite him over for a cup of tea if I didn't think he'd eat the dog.
And Sid just loves everyone. I'd invite him over for tea. Sid just the permanent good guy.
Let's try and stay out of its path.
Then you have games like Mario, where the new Marios came out and they had that thing where if you die like 3 times, you get a power-up that just makes you invincible. And everyone complained about that, and it was a Mario game. Like a game that's specifically designed for kids. So, you know, you don't think people are going to complain about it being in this game?
Remember when I said they'd be deadly beasts? Well,
Are these things weak against fire? Because they look like they should be.
I only think to mention this now.
I like how I can see the cooldowns without going into the thing. Whoa, that was different.
Well, that's the undergrowth sorted. I'll take it from here.
The thing is, Square Enix, they are willing to make the core audience mad if it means like 10 more people buy the game at GameStop. That's always been a thing with Square Enix. They are willing to make the core audience mad if it means a couple more casual people buy the game. So that's kind of where we're at now. It's like Sure, like they knew that doing this would upset the core audience. They knew it would. They knew that having these in the inventory at all times would frustrate the core audience. There's no way they didn't. They're not that out of touch. So they're making the decision, we are willing to make the core audience upset over this to make it more accessible. And that's the decision they're making, which is why it's totally fair for us to be mad about it, because they knew we would be. Can you heal me outside of battle? No. Which is just a shame, because this is Final Fantasy. This is the game that is your core audience.
After you.
You should put your core audience first.
Thank you kindly.
Most of the time. There's certain things, maybe not, but for the most part, you should make sure your core audience is happy with the game that is your core audience. Is the game that, you know, the flagship of your company.
The ruins. They're everywhere, aren't they?
But whatever. In the end, it's not really that big of a deal.
Some say there was a time they blocked out the stars. Down was the only way left for them to go. There's probably a lesson to be learned from that. But it can wait. Come on.
Wait, what did he say? They were hiding from the... what? I missed that.
Mind your head.
Yeah, something falling from the sky. Is that why they buried themselves underground? Was there like a meteor storm or something? I remembered it. But it didn't help me, because it was something I already read. Why did the music just stop? I'm spooked. The way the enemies like fly in with cutscenes reminds me of God of War a lot. Especially the old God of Wars. Almost 6,000 stagger damage. This combo is sick.
Keep your distance, boy.
I gotta remember how to do things. Kind of forgot dodging for a minute. I was focused on my combos. Boom!
It's over.
It's over. I'm gonna constantly forget to use the doggo, because I'm like worried about my own combos. I think my only complaint with like the general mechanics of the game right now is I feel like I'm not getting enough time to just walk around and explore and fight stuff. It's very like there's a fight here, there's a fight here, there's a mini boss here, and in between every single fight and in between every single boss is a cutscene. Even if it's just them like talking. It's not mashy, it's very combo driven. It's getting more and more combo driven too, the more abilities and stuff I learn. I said last week that it doesn't really feel like DMC yet, but it's starting to feel a bit more like DMC now that I'm getting a bit more abilities. And I think once I get another icon, that's when it's really going to open up. But yeah, don't be fooled. It's definitely not mashy. Even my combo, the regular combo of like attack, magic, it's timed. Like you only have like half a second or something to hit the triangle. So you actually need to square triangle, square triangle, square triangle, square triangle in a rhythm just to do the regular combo. It's not just mash square, which is really cool. But yeah, I need some more like ability just to run around and fight stuff, but I'm hoping that it's just because this is a story mission, and once I go to like one of the side areas, I can just explore. That's what I'm hoping.
Must be a nest nearby. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, the air combat so far has just been, hey, you can jump and mash square instead of staying on the ground and mash square. But now that I have the dog that can launch them, there's a bit more to go with it. Oh wow, I expected that to be some slow thing and then you just ran across. I like that.
Well, it appears we won't be going this way. I'll admit I hadn't counted on that.
Also, there's literally no... He's showing us where to go.
What is it, boy?
Guys, it was not very difficult to see where to go. It was literally one way to go. Now we can pet Torgal. Oh, we can give him a treat! Sure can go.
At least one of us knows these woods. Thank you, Torgal.
Well, they look not too happy.
Oh my.
And for once, it's not my fault.
Don't let them get away.
I want to try...
Keep your distance.
Put him up in the air,
Don't let them get away.
and then boom! Oh my god. I launched him.
Over here.
Gotta use more of my attacks here. What was my launch attack? Forget.
This is stupid. I like wolves.
I don't think they care, Sid.
Keep your distance, boy.
Where's the last one? What? Sid, you alright over there?
We did what had to be done.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No. No, it doesn't.
Bro, you already told me how to tell... Man. I'll admit, I'm starting to get annoyed. With all the hand-holding, it's starting to get ridiculous. There's literally one way to go. Like, calm down. The fight just ended, and I'm just looking around, and the game's like, hold down L3 so Toro can tell you exactly where to go. I'm just enjoying the environment. Can I take a moment, please? There's like cool ruins here. It wasn't even 10 seconds. The fight ended and it told me hold down L3 so Torgal can tell you where to go. Even though it just told me how to do that before this fight. Like, good lord. Why even make these beautiful environments if you're going to make sure the player can't enjoy them? We're getting like Forbidden West territory of telling me the months of the year. I'm getting more and more used to it as I play more modern games, but there is a limit. And I'm starting to reach my limit here. It's getting ridiculous.
That sword sharp.
You'd better hope so.
This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your shortcuts.
What? Still short. Just not quite as
Oh,
quick.
we got me with the tail.
But it'll be a damn sight quicker if you help me.
My thoughts exactly.
Ouch. I like this song. Oh.
Not this time. Give them all you've got.
6,000 damage. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Someone's got the up. Where he stops, no one knows. I'll do that again.
Not if we kill him first. Not this time. There's a good boy. Too slow. Don't let them get away. Need to end this quickly.
Ouch.
Too much more of this. Not this time. Not this time. Too slow.
Oh, I hit my big combo. See you later. That's exactly what I did in the test thing. $1,000 gold. I will say, at least the game itself doesn't seem super easy, you know? So it's not like all these accessibility options aren't warranted. If they were done in a better way, I think they'd be perfect. Because it does feel like someone that's not into these types of games would struggle a bit.
Oh, come on.
I definitely don't think it's hard, but... Sid went Super Saiyan. Why don't you just do that at the start of the fight? Well, of course he was harder. He was a boss.
You're dominant.
I am. Aye. Well, not by choice, mind. Oh, bloody realm of strapping young lads. And it was this sorry sack of bones Ramu saw fit to home.
Sid, you say you want to help dominants and bearers. But what's in it for you?
What's in it for me? The same as for all of us. What we want and deserve. Save for our knack, dominants and bearers are no different from anyone else. The ability to use magic or summon great beasts should command respect, but instead has left us outcasts. Our kind are used and discarded like tools, yet we are men, so why must we die as less?
I see. So what you're saying is you want to start a war.
flatter me, lad. But my days as a firebrand are long behind me. No, I only wish to offer our kind of choice. A place where we can die on our own terms. Huh?
Yeah, I think a lot of it too is like I said before, Square Enix is worried that people are going to die to a boss once and give up. So they want to make sure that like you never lose, which is such a shame because to me, you should lose to bosses fairly often in a game, you know? And that's not something that like is alien to the Final Fantasy series either. Like most everyone dies at multiple bosses in 7 their first time through. That's what bosses are supposed to be. They're supposed to be a test. But over the years that's changed.
Right. What exactly do you plan on doing when you find this dominant of fire?
What do you think? I'll show him the mercy he showed my brother, and cut out the tongue of any man who tries to talk me out of it.
All right. Forest dark enough as it is.
But you know, not everyone plays games for the difficulty. A lot of us do. A lot of us play games for the challenge, but not everyone does. Some people play games just for the story. Some people play games for the music. Some people play games for, you know, whatever reason. But that's why I love the game having a story mode. I love that. I love that there's a story mode and a regular mode or whatever. If you want to just play the game for the story, you can pick story mode. That's awesome. I like that. But then leave all the goofy stuff to that mode. Because the people that are picking the normal mode obviously want a challenge. That's why they picked it. Nice. They gave me a thing about dominant. Honestly, I probably won't use this much anymore. I'll just read about it in the area instead. In the tomes. Yeah, I'm loving the game. Solidus. We're currently discussing and griping about the whole difficulty thing. But, you know, we're more of just having a general discussion about gaming. The way that they did it in this game is a bit of a shame, but it's not ruining the game in any way, don't get me wrong. We're just kind of having the discussion. Hornets. Uh-oh, here we go. Aerial combat. That thing kind of helps with aerial combat, because you can just jump up to them. That's really cool. It's a great way to do aerial combat. I could also just do this, though. Fling some spells. I don't know if I like locking on or not, because I kind of like going in between enemies, too. One thing I really like about this ability, this one, is it has a function in regular fights and boss fights. So in boss fights, it's better for staggering, but regular enemies don't have a stagger bar. But that's okay, because it also does AoE damage. So in regular fights, it's nice for the AoE, and for boss fights, it's nice for the stagger. So it's not, you know, useless in any capacity. It's good for both. Ooh. Okay, this is opening up a little bit.
We follow her up upstream and we'll be in Lost Wing in no time.
Not that time. Right.
Anyone else find it weird that the game pauses every time you level up? I'm pretty okay with that. I actually like it. It makes it feel more like of a big deal when I level up. So I actually really like it, but it's strange because I can't think of the last game that does that. Almost every game you play nowadays, it's always like a little just icon that pops up like boom, you leveled up so that the gameplay doesn't pause. I feel like that was kind of the standard for a while. It's interesting that they chose to pause the gameplay, but I like it. Makes it feel a bit more substantial when I level up. And it does seem pretty substantial because you get an up in every single stat. And that charge swing.
Give them all you've got, boys. Don't let them get away.
I'm really impressed with the combat. It really feels unique. And I only have fire too. Which I know I'm gonna get more because you can equip them, so like we're gonna get more. I'm playing on performance. There's no reason not to. I'm playing in 2K and you guys are only seeing 1080, so there's no reason to try to force 4K. Not that I think it would much matter, but from what I've heard, there's not really a difference anyways. Yeah, I'm liking the music a lot so far. I was really impressed. Oh, before I forget to mention it, because I thought about it during that last cutscene and I forgot to mention it. The voice of Sid is the same voice actor as one of the main characters in Diablo 4. I found that out this weekend, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because both just came out. So if you were playing Diablo 4 and you were like, this sounds familiar, that's why. Yeah, his voice is like, that's the reason why I noticed, because it's such a recognizable voice. Also pretty interesting because they're two completely different companies. Not that that's not normal, but a lot of times companies will reuse voice actors and the voice actor will get like steady work from that one company, but he's dipping into multiple companies. Yeah, the soundtrack has a lot of piano, which I was really happy about and surprised about. I wasn't expecting it, given it's a more medieval story. I was just kind of expecting more of a medieval sounding soundtrack. But they've implemented a lot of piano. And man, the boss music is so good. The battle music, I was kind of interested about because it's a lot more uplifting than I expected it to be. But I think it fits. Ouch.
Give them all you've got, boy.
Oh, that parry into that stagger. Big combo. Dodge that.
Don't let them get away. A little help.
Those combos are really fun to pull off already. Just the charge attack alone is giving me a lot of stuff to work with. Love that open animation. It's over here. Do I get a local map? I don't think I do. It's strange. Some places you get a local map and some places you don't. I wonder if that's by design. I kind of like that I don't have a map, so I kind of have to explore, but at the same way, most of it's linear anyways, and I kind of wish I had a map so I made sure I didn't miss anything. But so far, it doesn't seem like there's too much to miss.
Quiet.
Hope I don't get lost. What will I do?
A Royal Scout.
Someone's far from home.
I think you're supposed to get lost? Well, then they did a horrible job, because it's pretty impossible to get lost. Unless you have a problem running forward. There was that one little area that opened up, though. That was nice.
And?
They're just down that way. All of them. Grieger's my witness.
Excellent. We move.
I don't understand. Have I not proven loyal?
It is true my liege values loyalty above all else. But were you not quick to betray your countrymen for the promise of coin?
Usually you have to let them answer the question before you kill them, but okay.
That woman.
Benedicta Harmon, commander of Walood's elite intelligences.
Walood, that's how you say it.
You! Weapons on the ground, Imperials!
Doggo not happy.
Let's get this over with then. Well, at least they're not giant lizards.
What a lady on the wind!
At least they're not giant lizards. Oh, the parry into the charge. Aha! Farewell to you. Oh, I whiffed. Just kick off my back? That was cool. The enemies have so many cool attacks, too. It's about to get the business.
Get him, boy!
Oh, that was cool. Why couldn't it just let... Whatever. It said right in the cutscene, tap square. Why did it need the tutorial? Like, it doesn't say it here. I swear, this is a thing with a lot of Square Enix games, where it feels like two different people did the tutorial, because sometimes it'll tell you something and then immediately tell you it again, as if two different people designed it. That was Type 0 in a nutshell. Oh, the jam.
My wounds, boy.
What is that?
That should keep them with.
What the?
And now, you die.
I think he's right. I think I do die. I think I countered his move there, or like canceled it. I wanted to jump off of him. Boom! That move is a bit underwhelming. It looks cool, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, I didn't dodge that?
And now, you die.
It looked like I dodged it.
Better already. Too slow. Not this time.
How many swords is he? So cinematic. Ooh. I tell you what, if nothing else, this game's fun to watch. Everything's so cinematic.
We were Imperials.
Well, you do look the part. Though you fight like a true shield of Rosaria. And one blessed by the Phoenix at that.
We still don't really know the state of Rosaria. Is it just gone, or what?
Which, I wonder, does the other icon of fire give blessings, do you think?
You don't believe me?
And lo, the Creator did make of the elements 8 icons to serve as keepers of the one law. Not that I've ever set too much store by holy doctrine, but on that point, it's clear. Fire has always had just the one warden, as of all the rest. A new one can't be born until the previous dies, and even that can take years. The thing is, you don't strike me as a liar. Which leaves but one person who might be able to shed some light on the matter. And they're in Lost Swing. As are our Waluda friends, I would imagine. We should hurry before it gets dark.
But what if someone discovers the bodies?
Well, and they'll be sorely disappointed.
Waluder is still such a weird name.